Most men are lost, not because they're weak, but because no one ever told them the truth. They were lied to, softened, distracted, and led to believe that life would be easy. This video isn't gentle. It's not kind, but it might be the slap you need to finally wake up. You were raised on comfort. You were handed distractions, convenience, and the illusion that if something feels difficult, something must be wrong. But here's the truth. Life is supposed to be hard. That's not a flaw. That's the point. Comfort kills potential. Ease breeds weakness. The men who grow into something unshakable, something truly powerful, are the ones who stop avoiding pain and start using it. Not as punishment, but as a tool, a forge. Hardship is the tuition for greatness. The pain you endure is the price you pay for becoming someone worthy of respect, worthy of peace, and worthy of leading others. But most men avoid difficulty like it's the enemy. They spend their lives in a loop, chasing comfort, failing, blaming the world, and repeating. They think they're cursed, when in reality, they've been deceived. By society, by weak role models, by their own excuses. The men who understand that life is hard by design, they don't run from pain. They run into it. They know every bruise, every failure, every early morning and cold night is shaping them into something sharper. So if you feel lost, it might be because you're expecting things to be easy, and they never will be. You want peace. Everyone does. But here's what they don't tell you. Peace is not something you find before the war. It's something you earn after you've gone through it. Most men want peace first. They chase it in relationships, comfort, substances, endless entertainment. But peace can't be given. It must be forged. And it only comes after pain. After you've proven to yourself that you can withstand the storm. Do you think the Stoics found peace sipping tea in a quiet room? No, they found it in war, in exile, in personal loss. They found it by walking through fire and realizing that it couldn't burn their soul. The problem today is that men avoid pain so aggressively that they never get to the reward. They never push far enough to realize how calm it gets after the chaos. How grounded you feel after you've survived something brutal. Want inner peace? Then embrace outer pain. Want to feel light? Carry something heavy for a while, because you'll never meditate your way into confidence. You'll never scroll your way into peace. That calm mind, that quiet strength you want, it's buried under years of discipline, discomfort, and doing the hard thing when no one's watching. Stop avoiding pain. That's where peace is hiding. This one hurts, but you need to hear it. You are the problem, not the world, not your parents, not your girlfriend, not the economy. You. Most men spend years blaming everything around them for why their life is a mess. Why they feel stuck. Why they can't get ahead. They craft a villain in their head so they don't have to face the real one, themselves. But here's the power in that truth. If you are the problem, you can also be the solution. That's where all the control lies. That's where freedom begins. The day you take ownership of your results, your mindset, your reactions, that's the day your life starts to shift. That's the moment you move from boy to man, from follower to leader. The reality is brutal. No one is coming to save you. No new job, no woman, no miracle will rescue you from the mess you created with your own choices. You either confront your flaws or you become them. You're not lost because life is unfair. You're lost because you haven't faced yourself yet. The laziness, the addiction, the ego, the entitlement, it's all in the mirror. But you can change. You can take back the wheel and drive your life with purpose. First step, accept this truth. You are the problem. Then fix it. You've been lied to about freedom. You were told that freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. But that's not freedom. That's slavery to impulse. Real freedom, it's having control over yourself. It's the ability to say no when everything in you wants to say yes. It's choosing the hard road on purpose and walking it consistently. Discipline is what separates the strong from the lost, the fulfilled from the addicted, the respected from the forgotten. Most men are trapped. Not in prison, but in habits they can't break, in comfort they can't escape, in loops they can't even see. And every single one of those chains is forged by a lack of discipline. Think about it. You want a better body? Discipline. You want to master your mind? Discipline. You want to build a legacy, lead a family, become someone worth following? Discipline. The truth is, men without discipline are at the mercy of their weakest desires. They scroll, binge, complain, quit, and call it freedom. But that's not freedom. That's the slow death of potential. You want to feel free? Then become dangerous, become controlled. Wake up early, train when you don't want to, do the work even when it's boring. Say no to weakness so you can say yes to greatness. Because when you own your discipline, you own your destiny. Most men live by how they feel, and it's destroying them. They feel tired, so they skip the workout. They feel anxious, so they quit the pursuit. They feel bored, so they waste time. But here's the brutal truth. Your emotions lie to you. Your emotions are primitive. They're based on survival, not success. They tell you to seek comfort, avoid risk, and protect yourself from failure. But that instinct? It's outdated. It kept your ancestors alive in the wild. But now, it's keeping you average in a world full of opportunity. The man who obeys his emotions becomes a slave to them. But the man who can feel deeply and still choose discipline, that man becomes unstoppable. You're not weak because you feel afraid. You're weak because you let fear make your choices. You're not broken because you feel pain. You're broken when you let pain decide what kind of man you become. Every great man has felt doubt. Every strong man has battled depression, fear, and failure. What separates them is that they didn't surrender to it. They moved forward anyway. Stop letting your emotions control your actions. Learn to observe them. Feel them fully, but act from your principles, not your moods. Because emotions will always fluctuate. But purpose stays. Let that lead you. The world will tell you to be soft, to be nice, to be harmless. But here's the truth. A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a dangerous man who has it under control. If you're weak, you're not virtuous. You're just incapable. And incapability is not morality. You must become dangerous, not reckless, not violent, but capable, powerful. Someone who has trained himself mentally, physically, spiritually to be a force. Why? Because life is hard. Because evil exists. Because those you love will one day need you to stand between them and the chaos. And in that moment, kindness won't cut it. Only strength will. You're not here to live a soft life. You're here to master yourself, to build a body that commands respect, a mind that cannot be broken, a soul that cannot be bought. You become dangerous by doing what others avoid, lifting when it hurts, reading when it's boring, controlling your impulses when everyone else gives in. You sharpen your blade daily, even if no one is watching. Then when life punches you in the face, and it will, you don't flinch, you smile, because you're built for this. Stop apologizing for wanting to be strong. Stop pretending weakness is noble, it's not. Become a man of restraint. But make sure that beneath the surface, there's power. Real, earned, dangerous power. Most men are waiting to find their passion, waiting for some lightning bolt of purpose to strike them and give them direction. But that's not how it works. Purpose isn't discovered. It's built, brick by brick, day by day, through sweat, sacrifice, repetition. You don't find your mission, you earn it. The lie of finding yourself has kept more men stagnant than anything else. They scroll through life, chase cheap pleasures, and wonder why nothing feels meaningful. Meaning doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. Show up, start small, work hard, do something difficult that serves others, do it consistently. Eventually you'll feel it, purpose. Not as a sudden realization, but as a quiet power that grows inside you every time you do what you said you'd do. So stop waiting. You're not lost, you're just inactive. Purpose is on the other side of work. This is the most urgent truth of all. You don't have time. Not as much as you think. Every second you waste is gone forever. Every excuse is a nail in the coffin of your potential. Most men live like they're immortal, like they'll get serious tomorrow. But tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And if you keep drifting, you'll look back one day and wonder where your life went. The clock doesn't care about your feelings. It won't slow down because you're confused, tired, or scared. It keeps ticking, whether you build or break, rise or rot. So ask yourself, what are you doing with the time you have left? Who are you becoming? What will they say about you when you're gone? If you're lost, don't wait to feel ready. Act now. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Wake up, get up, and start moving forward today. If this message hit something inside you, then it means you're not lost. You're waking up. Now it's on you to do something with it. No more wasting time. No more waiting for signs. You've heard the truth. Now it's time to become the man you were meant to be. And if you want more content that cuts through the noise, No fluff, no shortcuts, just raw motivation and truth, then subscribe to this channel, because each week I'll be right here, reminding you of who you really are. Let's build something unbreakable together.